Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks in the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg's Christine Aquino. All right, let's kick it off with Ross Stores.
Yeah, Ross Stores, Alex, that's not doing well today, down more than 14%. And that's after we got the second quarter earnings per share forecast. That missed the estimate that we saw at Bloomberg. The company also withdrew its full year sales and earnings guidance, citing all this uncertainty that we're seeing in
what
the
does Ross Stores sell? I've never been in one.
Discount retailer.
Well, I know stuff, but like what kind of
shoes?
stuff?
That kind of stuff.
Remember Ross?
Like
Dress
Kohl's.
for less.
Okay.
Dress for less, yeah.
You could totally do a Ross Stores.
What are you saying? I'm
Meaning that
low
like
end?
TJ Maxx is too much for you. Like you definitely couldn't manage that, but you could definitely do a Ross Stores.
John
And
Tucker
Kohl's.
for Ross Stores, yeah.
We'll do a trip.
Okay.
But of course, yeah, it's margin pressure, really. That is what investors are worried about. The company already called out about 100 basis points of margin pressure for the second quarter. And you can imagine that the increased uncertainty following today's round of tariff threats really just adds to that pressure.
All right, let's go to Nike here. So the stock was up a lot yesterday because it's going to start selling its stuff on Amazon again. But now is it getting taken out again by Deckers? Is that what we're seeing?
Well, probably a little bit of follow through from that, Alex, but also probably a reaction to what we've seen, right? The escalation in tariff threats once again. That stock is down more than 2% today because, yeah, you know, its exposure to this global trade tension really can't be denied. In 2024, 50% of its shoes and 28% of its apparel came from factories in Vietnam. 16% came from China, and in Cambodia was responsible for making 15%. All three of those countries are exposed to tariff threats at the moment. And so Bloomberg Intelligence actually, in their latest tariff tracker, citing Nike as one of the most affected companies by the new tariff landscape.
And finally, Seagate Technologies, is it?
Seagate, that's right. So it's, we know it's a maker of computer hardware and storage. It had an Upbeat Investor Day event. It's up 2% or nearly 2%, 1.8 now, pairing some of those earlier gains, but still in the green. And we saw the company setting its targets for the period through fiscal 2028. It's seeing 40% adjusted gross margin with further expansion. It's also planning to buy back up to $5 billion of shares. And so now we're seeing Morgan Stanley raising its price target for the company, $140 up from $99. So quite a hefty upgrade there.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.